Hello, Hamilton. It's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, and start tackling your own to-do list at home. I am Bob Asadorian. Welcome to Just Ask Bob Show. A very special show, season finale. This is the end of our first season, so I want to throw a shout out to Hamilton. Thank you for letting me in your homes. Thank you for watching. Very big thank you to Linda Rourke, Gail Granlund, and Greg Ross, and all the other people working behind the scenes. If it wasn't for those people, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be on your television screens at home. So again, thank you for watching. Now, we are in talks with Cable 14 for a season 2, but we need your help, Hamilton. Send us your emails, send us your to-do lists, send us your photographs, tell us all about your horror stories, send all your feedback to www.justaskbob.com, and we'll keep all the information here, and hopefully there will be a season 2. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a recap. What have we taught you over the last while? If I can just take a moment to show you what I like to consider my Bible of home improvements. This is what I mastered. This is what I studied on and took my examination nearly 10 years ago, the Ontario Building Code. So absolutely everything I teach you on this show and what you do at home, make absolutely certain that it's to code. Now, just to differentiate for a moment, if you're painting your walls, it's in your own advantage to buy good paint and good material. That's not a building code issue. Doing kitchens, bathrooms, electrical, structural work, plumbing, that is building code. Now, over the last season, we've taught you what a P-trap is. We've taught you what a shut-off valve looks like. We've certainly taught you how to solder. Very proud of the last series of shows. We've showed you quality primer, quality paint. We've talked about gluing the bottom of your door together. We've most definitely showed you the Dry-Tech spackling compound, which people are loving it. We're getting a phenomenal amount of reviews and emails on that. Dry time indicator. Goes on pink, dries white. You know to sand it down and do your next coat. What else have we showed you? We've certainly done 1 or 2 shows on tiling and then grouting. Very important if you want to know what size your spacers are. Always remember, Hamilton, www.justaskbob.com. Pause, fast forward, rewind, email me, phone me. I'm here for you. Now, what are we going to be showing you in the future? Lots to show you in the future. Have you got a chimney to work on, Hamilton? Older chimney that might need some pointing? Here we've got the tuck pointing chisel. Very nice to use to remove the joints. Now, if you're going to be bricklaying, you need to learn how to chip, how to score. Everything can be done, everything can be learned, and we will teach you on this show. Tiling projects. I mean, we can only do so much in one show. I recall on the tiling show, we didn't quite get into edge profiles. Now, if you look at your tile, it is colored on the front. The edge, you don't want the edge to show. So again, depending on your application, depending on what you're doing, whether it's above a bathtub or in a kitchen, you have a variety of tile profiles. Ideally, this will go on your wall. Your tile is sitting there nicely. And again, they come in different sizes for different tile applications. What else have we showed you? We certainly did quite a show on toilets. Dozens and dozens of emails coming in on the toilet show. Now again, in a half an hour, we can only do so much. So that's what season 2 will be for. Now, just to give you an idea, yes, you can install the tile first. You cut it properly. It will fit around the flange. You leave a little bit of a space. Your toilet sits on top, and you'll have a perfect installation. Now, I'm always preaching. Cut the contractor out of the equation, the overcharging, and most times the crooked contractor. Watch this show, and you will learn how to repair, rebuild, and renovate your own home. Now, if you have no choice and you have to bring in a contractor, let me leave you with some important advice, once again, from season 1. Now, we don't have to have anything blocked out on this first one. If you want to zoom in here, Hamilton. City of Hamilton Planning and Economic Development Department. Trade license, contractor building repair, Bobby Asadorian, otherwise Just Ask Bob, also hold a trade license, master building repair. Now again, Hamilton, this isn't about self-promotion here. I have no time to get to all your homes. This is about hiring a licensed professional. Never mind the cash guy, never mind the neighbor's friend, or never mind the guy laid off from the steel factory. Hire a licensed professional, 905-546-2424. Ask for licensing, and then even ask for building department. You want to check, A, does your job require a permit? You need to know to empower yourself with knowledge before the contractor shows up and most likely tells you you don't need one when indeed you do. Secondly, run the contractor's name by the building department. Ask them if they have a master building repair. This license will ensure that the contractor is licensed. It will ensure that he's passed an examination on the Ontario Minimum Building Code, which of course they check for police clearances and they check for other information. Now, step 2, and of course this is blocked out because it's one of my customers. This is one of my job sites. City of Hamilton, Planning and Economic Development Department. Building permit. Now this building permit, very, very important that if your job needs the permit, you have the permit. Don't be doing illegal wiring, don't be renovating and remodeling a basement, putting up vapor barrier insulation or whatnot without a permit. You learn, you make sure that you need the permit, and then you insist that your contractor pulls the permit. We're going to take a quick break. We're coming back from break and we're hitting the emails, so we're going to tackle a few of them today.
Our partnership with the Community Channel has helped to promote and raise awareness for our organization.
My business is gaining valuable exposure through on-air sponsorship opportunities.
As a concerned citizen, I can be part of discussions on today's hottest topics.
To get a job these days, you need experience, and that's just what I've been gaining by volunteering at my local community channel.
In these changing times, we're changing lives.
Living in this crazy world, so caught up in the confusion, nothing is making sense for me and you. We're going to give a little love, have a little hope, make this world a little better. So try a little more, harder than before, let's do what we can.
Hello Hamilton, welcome back to the Just Ask Bob Show. Season finale, last show for season 1. Let's take a moment now on a serious note to talk about tools. I have a very special tool for everybody. Be the most important tool in my tool belt. Let me introduce you to Cogeco On Demand. The complete season 1 of the Just Ask Bob Show is now available on demand, or may shortly be available. Check with Cable 14 locally. Your #1 tool for the entire first season of the Just Ask Bob Show. Now, let's get to the emails. Dear Bob, I am trying to attach a 2x4 to my home's brick veneer wall to support a gate. My neighbor has his attached with what looks like concrete nails, and it did not take long for the nails to start pulling out of the brick wall. Bob, what is a better method to use to attach a 2x4 to a brick wall? Oh, and Bob, should I apply caulking around the perimeter of the 2x4 to the brick wall? Thomas, Hamilton, Ontario. Well, Thomas, let's start with the last part of your question. Keep the caulking away. No. Moisture, water that gets behind the brick or behind the 2x4, you want that to be able to get out. Again, this is an outdoor application. You do not need caulking. What you do need, and you don't confuse the two, what you will need is LePage PL Premium Construction Adhesive. This is amazing. This product is absolutely phenomenal. Trust me, I've been using it for well over 10 years. Now, let me set this down. Now, it appears that what the neighbor did is very common. Obviously, I'm not there, I haven't seen it, but when I hear concrete nails, I realize those most often won't penetrate brick, but they will penetrate the mortar joints. It's the lazy way out. And even if you're using a screw, forget the mortar joints. The best way to fasten is by using Tapcons. So let me take a moment now to carefully go over these with you. This is a Just Ask Bob pick as well, so do buy them. Buy the brand Tapcon. Don't accept any substitutions. This product is phenomenal. Now the Tapcon comes in 2 sizes. There's a 3/16, which will open up here. Now the 3/16 is the thread size. So that's a 3/16. Now as far as the head, you can get a Phillips head. You also have another choice, which is a socket head. Now each one serves a different purpose. So for example, if you want to countersink it into the wood, well again, depending how powerful your drill is, if you want to countersink, you'd be using the Phillips head. If you want a lot of torque and a lot of strength, use the socket head because you can drive it with a nut driver. Now again, one more thing that I do need to tell you, Tapcon this is going to prove this isn't a Tapcon commercial, because now I'm about to call it as it is, in true Just Ask Bob style. The Tapcon drill bits, they leave a lot to be desired. I don't think they're high quality, and I'm afraid to say they're probably not even made locally. Again, if you're just putting in a few Tapcons, it'll work with this bit, but they're very painful to use. The proper bit is the Hilti bit. Now this bit here, let me show everybody. This is it right here. Take it from a contractor that knows. Made in Germany. I don't know how well the viewers at home can see that, but believe me when I say it. Whether it's a drill bit, whether it's a tool, made in Germany, quality. And I use these each and every single day. Now, final thing, let me show you the larger size. This is the larger size, which is 1/4 inch. Now, as you can see, in comparison to the first one, it is larger. It's going to be stronger. It's going to support better. So again, if you're fastening 2x4s, I would use the 1/4 inch. 2x4s to brick, block, or stone. If you're just simply putting up a mailbox, you're fine with the little guy. And again, these come in 2 choices of heads as well. They come in a hex head, which you're going to drive with a nut driver. A magnetic one catches itself nicely. This gives you the torque. This gives you the power, as opposed to using a Phillips head. Now, we're going to put everything into effect here. One moment to grab my safety glasses. Okay, we've got a brick here. We're going to fasten through the front. So the first thing you would do normally is, again, PL construction adhesive, nice thick bead. So that's going to go on first. Then you're going to line up your 2x4. Preferably you have a drill with hammer action. As you can see here, it's got the hammer on it. So we take it out of drill mode, we put it on hammer action. Now again, this will be a lot easier in your situation when you're pushing into a wall. I'm working on a table here. Now you see the dust coming out? Every now and then you want to pull your bit up and you want to pull the dust out. Once again, pull out, get the dust out. Now we're going to change bits. We're going to put on the nut driver that we were talking about, because we definitely want to get some torque here. Now this is the hardest part, at least for me, because these guys can move. You don't want to lose the hole. So when you're doing this at home for your gate, for your end post on the gate, you want to make sure you stay lined up. Now we'll take it out of hammer action, put it on drill action. You want to go slowly until you feel it biting into the brick. I mean, if you've got some experience with it, you're going to know there's one reaction as it goes through the wood, and then a different sound as it's going through the brick. Now I can feel it. And you want to lean into it. That's not moving. That's never going anywhere. Now remember, if you want it to last forever, nothing but PL premium. You think about it now, there's 2 ways to fasten anything. Adhesion and mechanical fastening. Combine the both, whether it's attaching a 2x to the concrete, brick block, or stone, or whether you're working on a subfloor because you want to stiffen your kitchen floor before applying ceramic tile. Glue it and screw it. We'll continue with another emailer's question right after this quick break. Hamilton. Welcome back to the Just Ask Bob show. Season finale, today's show. Little recap on the show. We talked a little bit about the last episodes during the season, what I've taught Hamilton homeowners to do. We also had an email question come in regarding how do you safely and securely attach 2x4 or any type of wood to brick, block, and stone. We talked about one of Bob's top picks, the Tapcon anchor. Ask for it by name, and ask for it by name specifically at the Home Depot. Proud sponsor of the Just Ask Bob show. Materials, Tapcons, drywall for our props, everything sponsored by the Home Depot. Big shout out and thank you to the good people there. Now, right now, let's go back to an email question that we had submitted. Hello, Bob. My doorknob made a hole in my drywall. Is there an easy way to repair the wall? I'm not that experienced and definitely cannot afford to hire a contractor. Wow, Christine, Hamilton, Ontario. Well, Christine, I don't blame you. Every little dent and ding in your walls, I hope you don't hire a contractor. And let me just show you how easy these walls are to dent and ding. I mean, we're talking about a 1/2-inch gypsum core. My first home was plaster. Incredible. Plaster is phenomenal. Plaster is strong. Plaster, you're not going to have issues like that. I mean, 1/2-inch drywall, modern homes. You see how easy I did that? Don't do that at home. I am a contractor. We're tough as nails. So be careful. But let me show you. These are easy to repair. Now, again, courtesy of the Home Depot. Now, I have to be honest about this. I mean, contractors watching right now, they might be laughing when they see this little gadgety patch. But again, you have to understand there is a difference, rightly so, between a homeowner and a contractor. I'm a contractor. I'm good at what I do. Homeowner, if they work at a bank, hey, they're great at putting together mortgages, RESPs or RRSPs, but they're not expected to know building science and to know the Ontario Building Code. So in this case, these products are designed to be easy. That is the key. They're designed to be easy and require, minimal skill in building construction to install. So let's start off here. I mean, that's one that I finalized. Let me actually take a moment to show you how it works. So either of these could be the hole or the damaged area. Obviously, we have a template. You put the template up against the wall. You cut your hole. You add drywall compound. Pop it in, putty knife, spread and spread with the putty knife, get it to bond, 1 coat of extra light compound, you wait the required drying time, and then you fan it out. Now, that's too easy, so we're going to teach you directly right now how to do it. Okay, let's get ourselves a few tools, very simple. You're going to need a pencil, and you're going to need what I call a keyhole saw. And there's quite a lot of variations of these, but we'll show you how it works. Okay, so we're going to start with the template. Just to make it easy, we'll start over here. There you go. We've got a nice circle. Now the keyhole saw, you wiggle a little bit to get it going. There you go. My prop's a disaster here. Okay. Not very difficult. It does get hard around the corners. But again, this is television. I'm a professional. You take your time at home. You don't have to race for the next break like I do. Done. Now, sometimes the patch won't fit. And how can I tell it won't fit? Well, it's my hole. It's not going to fit. So what you have to do is you take your keyhole saw, and if you can see the holes, this hole has been flattened. It's been worked on. This one kind of coves up. So, you want to finesse it up a bit. Okay, now let's do a test fit. Oh, it still needs a bit more work. Okay. There we go. We fit. But there's still a difference. Okay, now I like to call this carving. This is nice and smooth. This is all jagged. The one thing you don't want is anything pushing on this. You don't want this pushing out. You want to get good penetration, and you want to be nice and clean. Very sharp knife, and you carve. Carve it all the way around. Now you've got a flat surface. So again, remember, with drywall compound, you do have choices. Now, if you really, really want to do a good job, do not use for the initial coat what I like to call pre-made mud, pre-made drywall compound. You want to use setting type compound. Durabond 90, sheetrock 90, or sheetrock 20. Basically, it's in powder form. You have to mix it because that's going to give you structure, strength, and a good bond. So you apply that, just a skim. You know, little is more in this case. Trust me, a little bit. You apply it. You pop this in. You use a drywall knife. Smooth it all out. Push on it. You want any excess to come out. Let it set. Then you can use regular pre-made drywall compound. More than likely, you're going to have to go one coat and then feather out wider. Because remember, everything's about creating, at least in drywalling, it's all about an illusion. You want to fan everything out so you're tricking the eye and you're not knowing, you know, that something's been repaired or something's been built out as a corner. Now, once again, for the second time on this show, thank you time. And this is very important to me. Thanking people is what I do for a living. Believe me when I say this. Very special thank you to Linda Rourke, Gail Granlund, Greg Ross, and all the people that work hard behind the scenes. I would never have had a chance to have had a season 1 on Cable 14 hosting the Just Ask Bob Home Improvement show if it wasn't for those 3 very special people. And now another thank you to you, all of Hamilton, for welcoming me into your homes and for watching the show. Thank you, and remember, get up, get off the couch, start tackling your own to-do lists around your home. I am Just Ask Bob. See you next time.